Here's an interesting thought. We are in a bear market, obviously, but it doesn't mean that we can't make money from such price action. Actually, it's relatively straightforward to make money from this. And it's not by trying to pick the single winner, right? Pax Gold isn't even a real cryptocurrency. It's a gold denominated asset. We don't have to find the FTX token that went up by 0.7% in the last 7 days, right? Or we don't have to pick this Leo token that went up and make money from that when the likelihood of picking these tokens is relatively low, right? Especially if you've got a diversified portfolio. In such a bear market, it's relatively unlikely to pick the very few and far in between winners here. But we can still make money from this because of DeFi, because of decentralized finance. There are platforms such as Aave where we can borrow tokens. So some people are long-term bullish on those tokens, right? So let's say you're bullish on Engine Coin, or you're bullish on Chainlink or Decentraland, whatever it is, and you want to get some kind of a yield on this. Then you can deposit that cryptocurrency on this platform and you do earn a little bit, right? It's better than just holding this in cash. But on the other hand, if you're bearish on something, if you think it might decline in value, you can borrow the token from those people. And why would you borrow this? Because your loan is denominated in that asset. So you borrow 100, say in this case, Chainlink tokens, right? And then 1 year from now, you have to pay back 104.67 Chainlink tokens. Or let's say you take the stable APY, you have to pay back 110 Chainlink tokens. Now that's pretty good, right? Because if the Chainlink price declines, your loan denominated in Chainlink declines. So the way this works is you deposit a collateral. Let's say you're overall bearish on crypto, right? You simply just want to hold stable coins. So you deposit, say, DAI, or you deposit BUSD, or whatever kind of other stable coin you want to deposit. You do get a bit of a return on this, by the way. Not much, but a little bit. It's still more than in traditional finance. You get those 0.7% or those 1.7% return on your deposit, and then you can use this as collateral. You can then borrow against that deposit. You can borrow this denominated in whatever you are bearish on. So let's say you borrow, let's take something arbitrarily, you borrow the Engine Coin token and you have to pay back a few more Engine Coins, right? 4.8% more Engine Coins 1 year from now. Now what you do is once you've borrowed that, you swap this, say, against a stable coin again. You deposit the stable coin just to have more collateral on the platform. But now when you look at the Engine Coin price, when it goes down, your loan will go down as well. So you've borrowed, let's say, $100 worth of Engine Coin. Here at this point, you have swapped this versus stable coins. You see the price of Engine going down by 90%. Suddenly, your loan is only worth $10. And at this point in time, you can now decide to swap this back again. You can say, okay, I want to take profits. I am buying back the Engine Coin tokens for this lower price, and I will pay off the Engine Coin denominated loan. So that's the whole magic around this. In order to make money in crypto, we don't have to necessarily pick the few winners. I'd almost argue that it's harder to pick the winners because it's with any kind of market. Most of the gains are concentrated in just a few coins, right? Most of the gains in the stock market go to, say, the top tech companies. 80 or even 85% of stocks actually underperform the index. And the same is true for altcoins, right? Most of those altcoins over the long term underperform Bitcoin, underperform Ethereum. And so it's easier to pick the underperformers than to pick the few winners. Everybody tries to pick those massive outperformers, which is pretty hard to do. It's maybe easier to simply go through this list and look at the things that are pretty bad long term, right? Is Bitcoin Cash really going to be around 5 years from now? Is Ethereum Classic still going to be a thing? What about Internet Computer? Do you really believe that Internet Computer is going to be the next big thing after it went from $365 all the way to now $5, right? Is this going to appreciate? Nobody, of course, knows for sure, right? But crypto is a game of playing with odds. And I think the odds are rather in your favor by betting on the losers losers than betting on the winners, especially during a bear market. Nobody can find those very, very few winners when everything is going down. Finding a loser in this list of losers is not hard. And this is, I think, the right approach in a market like this. When everything tends to go down, we should go with the overall trend. Now, the only question is, of course, what kind of asset should we actually borrow? And this is then where the art comes into play. This is rather an art than a science. Nobody knows for sure. You don't even have to use the Ethereum chain here for Aave, right? There are much cheaper blockchains as well. There's the Phantom blockchain, of course. You could bet on the FTM price going down. You could bet on the Sushi token going down. Each different blockchain has different assets to borrow. Simply take whatever you are most bearish on. But this is, I think, the way to go here, actually. Most people just say, okay, the altcoins are risky now. Bitcoin dominance is going up. So simply just buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin might still lose in US dollar terms, but it might go up overall, relatively speaking, because people are getting risk off. But why be so passive, and why potentially also lose money with Bitcoin when you can actually make money by betting on the market declining? Simply because there are counterparties. There are people that still believe in some of those tokens long-term going up. That's why they are deposited over here. There are, for example, here on the Avalanche blockchain, 9.2 million worth of Chainlink tokens deposited by somebody. There are 123 million worth of Avalanche tokens deposited over here. And if you think Avalanche is going down, you can borrow this for relatively cheaply. So that's what I don't really get around people that completely dismiss crypto, that say crypto is completely going to zero, and that actually do not act upon this. Crypto is still a relatively inefficient market. It's more inefficient than, say, stocks or bonds, because people are making their living professionally out of this. There are way less professionals in crypto. So there's more casual money in crypto, meaning you can potentially compete if you do enough research. And you don't have to be the one that finds out the next big superstar. Simply just have to find one of those many potentially failing projects, and that's all that it takes in order to make US dollar gains. There are, by the way, of course, more platforms than just Aave. In order to use these, you need to have the MetaMask wallet installed, right? So let's say you've currently got your cryptocurrency on Coinbase or on Binance, whatever it is. You have to send that cryptocurrency to your MetaMask wallet, and then you can start interacting with DeFi applications such as Aave. There are all kinds of applications. You simply go here to DeFi Llama, to categories, to then within categories to lending. And in here, depending on what blockchain you like to use, let's say we go with Avalanche because it has relatively low transaction costs. You can then see what's actually most popular. And for Avalanche, of course, Aave is at the top, but you can also check out these other platforms. The lower you go here, the lower the total value locked is and the less popular the platform is, which can mean better rates, but it also means potentially more risk, right? If these platforms get hacked, then you might lose some of your funds. So I personally, especially for larger amounts, I prefer to take the top players on those different platforms, and very often that is Aave. So yeah, don't forget about crypto altogether just because we are going down. There is always opportunity, even in times that tend to look rough. If you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to do so because I publish videos regularly. We've also got a public Telegram group. Simply search for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the Telegram app. Last but not least, if you're interested in what kind of falling prices I'm betting on, you can find this at thebitcoinstrategy.com. Link is in the video description. There are all kinds of interesting DeFi opportunities explained over there, all kinds of exclusive content, a market update video every single day, so don't miss that out, the premium membership for this channel. There's more information over here. Hope to see you in that video, and thanks for watching this one. Bye bye.